Hello and welcome back to Fair City Gaming. I'm your host Kevin and we're back with some more Dark Souls. So off camera I went and farmed some more souls and some humanity so I can get this bonfire kindled. And that means going human, which means chance of invasion. You can invade infinitely upwards, but you can only invade down 10 levels and 10%, so again we're less likely to be invaded than a player who would normally be in this area. You're looking between anywhere from level 40 upwards really. So it's good to go. So that's a dead end for now. We'll come back there later. So we've got a familiar foe down here. Ah, rolled too late. Die! I should have tried to cut his tail, not that it really matters. I always forget they can do that up here. Oh, there we go then. Bonus. So the first time I arrived in this area, I spent easily about 15 minutes looking for the way to go. Because classic Dark Souls fashion, it doesn't tell you anything. There's nothing round this ledge. There's the lower one. Down there. Still no idea where we're going. So you could wander around this place for ages, find that there's nothing but going back that way. And you get to the end of this walkway, and there's probably a message telling you try jumping. A minute fatty. Close enough. Don't disappoint me. Oh. Nice try. Don't jump. Don't try and walk out there. What you really need to do is come back here and walk up the buttress. Sneak attacks. There's a lot of these dudes in here. They can backstab you. I don't think they can parry you. Doesn't mean they can't. Ugh. Enough of this. One more Firekeeper soul will be all we'll need to max out our Estus. It can go up to +7, I believe. But we'll not need as many as that. Oh no! Very, very narrow walkways. You will die if you're not careful. Well, at least I don't have to worry about being invaded anymore. Not that that was really ever a worry. The gargoyle doesn't respawn, and he dropped a helmet for us. It's a pretty cool helmet, but it's too heavy for our character to wear. And if he doesn't drop it and you've not got the drop from one of the other boss gargoyles, the next one is guaranteed to drop it. Thank you for playing. Oh, a few of them. Throwing knives. No. They drop a lot of throwing knives. They drop a really cool sword as well, but again, we can't use it. Don't have high enough decks. So if you stand roughly here, he'll try a jump attack, and we'll fall to his death. Thank him for taking part. That chain in the middle, if you hit that, it drops that chandelier and you can go and pick up that item. It's no use to us, so we're not bothering. Oh. Piss poor. The worst part of about this run is having to wait for this elevator every time. It continuously goes up and down, whereas most of the other elevators in the game are player activated. So you can always send them back down or back up from where you came from. It's usually back up, actually, now that I think about it. Close. That's for your pal that keeps stabbing me. I used to be a lot better at parrying, but I've just recently finished playing Bloodborne, and the timings for parrying in that are a lot more lenient. So it's going to take some getting used to get back into it. What are you playing at, you madman? Oh. Oh. Ah. Peace. Now you can roll onto that ledge, but I think if I remember correctly, it's just a... Ah, that's what we're looking for, that chest that's over there. It wasn't that ledge you want to roll onto, it's that one. Never mind. It's so long. Going down. So that's us done with that little cathedral there. Or museum, or whatever the hell it actually is. Yeah. So yeah, if you haven't had the shield or the helmet drop for you, he's guaranteed to drop it. Now you can fight the enemies up here. These two dudes are quite slow. You can comfortably just run past them. It's the same guys from before. Now these dudes are a little bit faster and a bit more of a pain in the ass. And if you can trigger them one at a time, pull one away. Don't do that. Don't stay still too long though, because they do have a projectile attack. And then certainly don't stay still here. It might seem like you want to block, don't. Until he pulls out his sword. Because the knockback on those arrows will send you flying. you don't want to die there. Like a little bitch. Ah, hello there.
Oh, there you are. You've been quiet these days. Smooth summoning out there. Anytime you see my brilliantly shining signature, do not hesitate to call upon me. You've left me with quite an impression. I would relish a chance to assist you. You really are fond of chatting with me, aren't you? If I didn't know better, I'd think you had feelings for me. Oh no, dear me, pretend you didn't hear that. You really are. Oh no.
Shall we kindle this one as well? Can only do this one twice just now, but I dare say we'll need that, at the very least. So let's fire that down. That'll also give us a warning if it disappears. That means that we're about to be invaded. Poor timing is your enemy. Hey. Now you're meant to go through all the doors all up here and investigate everything, but there's a nifty little shortcut. If you land on that platform, you skip a large portion of the area. It's a little tricky to get down, but once you've got it, so you always want to make sure you pop by here. Get that to its attention. Oof. They use their shields more effectively than most enemies, particularly the spear-wielding one. And as you saw there, he actually deflects an attack. He didn't parry it, but it might as well have been. At this level, they'll kill you in 1 to 2 hits. I probably should have just run by him and opened the shortcut. They are good parry practice. They have a pretty reasonably telegraphed moveset. Might be what we do this time, actually. Lure him up here. The other one in the corner here won't actually engage you unless you're practically standing on top of them. Annoys me when that happens. Oh yeah, this time though, you bugger. Serves me right. Let's lure him back outside. Less chance of accidentally triggering his buddy. He quite often follows that big spin attack up with a big prod like that. So just because you miss the first attack, don't get cocky, like I often do. Because that guy's depending on you to put your guard down. There's a couple of decent wee secrets you can find in this area. This room looks like a nothing room. But it hides a secret. Chain pointing that way. All of the rest of them point the other way. It's a mimic. Now you can't target it until you trigger it. Now you don't need to use power within or anything, but I feel that I don't want that fight to go any longer than I need to. So this is all the equipment of Havel the Rock, which is the dude we fought at the bottom of Undead Burg. It's the heaviest armor set in the game, offering absolutely ridiculous amount of protection. But we really don't want to be wearing it. We are incapable of running. We can't roll. If we take off them, we now fat roll. We can still run a little. I forgot about power within there. Doesn't even get us to half, so we'll still fat roll. Just the leggings. So we'll mid-roll. Probably offers better protection than everything else we were wearing, mind you. I like my mobility though. There we go. So we'll leave him be. He's nothing to us. One of the biggest mysteries in the entire series is how did he get in there? We'll not waste our time fighting him. All he drops is some demon titanite, which is what's used for leveling up boss weapons. We're not going to be using any boss weapons. If you follow the correct route, you actually come down the other side. He shoots at you from over there. You come out there. He's got a friend in here. How many times have you been struck through a wall by an enemy in a game? Now you can return the favour. Oh, just off. Goodness. It's our friend from Sen's Funhouse.
Whatever can be done. Ah, you again. Let me guess. Were you repelled by the Silver Knights? Oh, don't be ashamed. 'Tis the fate of vanguards like you and I. I'll think of something. We can overcome this together. This is quite a fix. We'll need another 3, no, maybe 5 bodies. Quite a fix indeed.
5? No. I don't have enough reach. Trigger him to come through. If you do decide to fight him in here, be careful not to hit our friend Siegmeyer there. That will end his quest, unless you can escape from him and go and ask the Pardoner for forgiveness. That's a long, long way back. Healing is so slow in Dark Souls 1. That second swipe of that combo is so easy to parry. So if you're able to tank a hit from the first one, that's your way to do it. Lots and lots of Demon Titanite in here. Beautiful. Always felt that looked a lot like the High Wall of Lothric from Dark Souls 3. Give me here. Poor timing. This way. I think all of their attacks can be parried, even their shield bash, but I've never tried that one actually. So this is us back at the top of that stairwell that we would have climbed previously. Mimic. Mimic. They drop absolute rubbish. And there's a silver knight through here. Is it the other one? Ah, no, that's where it is. This leads up to that other tower. There's a silver knight on that side of that door. Remember her. We don't know who any of these other ones are. So that means the silver knight must be on this side. Yeah, this one. Hello. We're not gonna bother then. If you have a long enough weapon, you can actually stab through that wall. It's not benefiting us, none at all. Other side, dumbass. Actually, I'll go and rest at the bonfire. I'm not expecting at all to be summoned by anyone. It is more of a maybe early warning if we do happen to get invaded. Now if you're really ballsy, you can just run up the stairs and carry out the quick shortcut. He will follow you up the stairs though, so if you don't make that jump quick enough, he will get you. And remember, that dude has a lot of reach on that spear. So you can roll out through that window that's there, follow the ledge around, and it leads to that giant bow that those silver knights keep firing at us. We're not going for it, because, again, we have no use for it. You're always going to want to try and exploit any pathing with the AI where you can, especially if you're doing a challenge run like Soul Level 1 playthrough. And see, that was a partial parry, because I didn't time it well enough to actually parry the enemy. It took vastly reduced damage. Those Dragon Slayer arrows can only be used with the Dragon Slayer Great Bow, which is the bow that they wield. These two giants, you don't want to fight them both at the same time. You cannot parry them. Don't try. Don't be near that when that goes off. Or that. Now these are the elite giants. They can heal, whereas the other ones can't. So when their health gets low, don't let them back away from you, which they will try and do. They drop a hefty chunk of souls for you. They also rarely drop some upgrade materials. Don't feel bad if you get caught by that sweep attack. It has a huge range. And if you're playing locked on, the camera will often trick you. You may think you're clear, but you are not. Even when that one misses you, the shockwave from it can hit you, which is what happened there. So those are his best two attacks to exploit, is Shield Smash, which has a huge wind up, lots of time to avoid it. Try and heal. Huge chunk of health he got back there. Oh, rolled too early, smashed in the face with a shield. In that room there is a summon sign for our friend Solaire back there, because that leads to a boss room. We're going to attempt to do it solo. Because we're maniacs. Here we go. The fight that makes or breaks most players. Oof. Your best friend here is actually just to try and keep them separated as much as possible. Ornstein is a lot faster than Smough. Smough can do that ridiculous charge attack that he has, and if you roll too early, he will gobble you up all day. You'll regularly find the Dark Souls community arguing over how to pronounce that name, Ornstein and Smough. Honestly, does it really matter? I actually don't know where he ended up. So let's try that again. Ugh. Not enough poise. Oh, goodbye, souls. We didn't need you anyway. Again, you don't have to do that. You can run like in between the knights, or you can choose to fight them if you want. But the idea is to try and get to this fight with as much of your Estus left as possible, because there's every chance you'll need it. Ah, son of a bitch. The big guy turns surprisingly quick, as you saw there. And panic rolling is a surefire way to get yourself killed. So summoning in another player, whether it's a human player or Solaire, makes that fight infinitely easier, solely because they don't both focus on you. And I really don't want to have to do that, because I do really enjoy that fight. But I also don't want to spend days stuck on a boss fight, which is what happened the last time, the very first time I played a Soul Level 1 playthrough. There we go. Use the pillars. Come on. You're hitting his hammer deals no damage to him. Ah, son of a bitch. Hitting his hammer does 0 damage to him, so it's doubly annoying when he starts charging towards you with it. And I've seen people fight him and he never seems to carry out that move. He just seems to spam it. With me, it's like he knows it's the move, I just can't seem to get. We'll try not launching power within to start with. See how we got on. Our supply of charcoal resin isn't unlimited either. Got greedy. Absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Ah. Oh, pussy out. Reset his position. So both Ornstein and Smough are susceptible to bleed damage, so if we can get a couple of hits in on them, it will make all the difference. And I'm pretty sure they can both be poisoned as well. More hassle than it's worth. Absolutely ridiculous. You want to always try and keep them on, both on the screen. That's not always possible when Ornstein starts his teleporting charge attacks that he does. He also has this habit of smashing you through the pillars as well. I'll not bother wasting a resin this time. Ridiculous. I think we'll just call it there. No point in getting frustrated at it. So thanks for joining me on the somewhat shorter adventure through Anor Londo. Hopefully next time we'll get them beat. Remember to check out the rest of the videos on the YouTube, and we've got plenty of content over at fcpod.net. I've been your host Kev, and this has been Fair City Gaming. Cheers.